Hi, I'm Nicole Webb Bodie, partner at Healthcare Plus Solutions Group. I had the pleasure to sit down with Quint Studer, our co-founder, for an insightful look back at the history of what has become the focus for so many organizations in the industry: experience and engagement. Whether you've known Quint, worked with him, read his books, or even heard him speak, you undoubtedly know he has been called one of the best friends to healthcare. If you don't know Quint, you likely know and use many of the tools that he created and implemented at healthcare organizations across the country. Please enjoy this short clip from our conversation. To watch the full video, you can visit our website and our learning library at www.healthcareplussg.com. So as people started contacting you and wanting to learn from you, how did you take that into then creating a place where they could all come and learn together and learn from you as well?
Well, what again, necessity. Creativity is out of necessity. I'd get asked to go places and we just couldn't do it. So we said, well, why don't we just see if, and we had so many people on to benchmark. Every week we had somebody, sometimes 2 or 3. In fact, one day my wife said, is it hard having all these visitors? I said, it's sort of hard, but man, when you don't want to be hypocritical. In fact, I today will, even when I read an article by someone on patient experience, I'll go online and see what is their patient experience. So if I read an article, somebody might have good ideas, but they're in the 30th percentile or 50th percentile. So it was pretty cool because we had those metrics that you could follow. So we could show it and we could track some people. So we basically said, because what we're doing, what if we bring them all together? So we, in our medical meeting room at Baptist Hospital, we had a session, and I don't know what we called it, but we said like once a month. So we had about 30 or 40 people. I remember Jim Edmondson, who I still know today, came, and a lot of people I know, the Peter Fine from Banner, who just announced his retirement. I mean, again, you could see these were CEOs that were showing up. And you could always tell those that had the executives on board were the ones who were successful. So we had them all in a room, and that sort of worked. And then the question was, I was feeling torn. I was feeling torn because I was getting a lot more requests to go help, but I also had a full-time job. So I was really uncomfortable. I just was torn.
What was the next phase of the story is you essentially started Studer Group. How did you come to that decision? That was a big one to decide.
Well, what had happened, I had a friend named Al Topin in Chicago that had worked with me at every hospital I was at with marketing. And he said, he sat in on a session in Pensacola and said, I think you should do this, not in Pensacola, but do it somewhere else. So take this 2-day thing you're doing and do it somewhere else. So we did in Chicago, and I think we called it Impact Institute at the time, and we did in Chicago, and we had like 180 people show up. In fact, many of our first clients at Studer Group were at this session. It actually heated up because now more people were interested. So I was very torn. So that fall, I had to make a decision. And it was really hard because I'd worked my whole career to become president of a hospital. And presidents of hospitals do very well financially. I'd been a special ed teacher and a healthcare person, so I'd never had a deal where I didn't have a paycheck. Even no matter what the performance was, I still had a paycheck every 2 weeks. I had a really good benefit plan. I still had 2 children at home, 3 out, but 2 in. And this was scary. So how do you take that leap? So it was really difficult. It was difficult because I'd go on the road with permission from Baptist, and I'd feel I should be in Pensacola at Baptist. And then I'm at Baptist, and I'm getting a call wishing I could come. So I was just in a quandary of what to do.
You ended up deciding to start Studer Group. Why do you think it became the great success that it did?
I think our passion was always there. I think we did it for the right reason. It wasn't about dollars. It wasn't about money. It was truly joyful to make a difference. And I think we like to learn. And you always want to be authentic. So you can't go out and tell people to have great experiences for people if you're not doing it yourself. You can't tell people to create great places to work if you don't have one yourself. In fact, what happened is I had a call from a Malcolm Baldrige consultant too, that said, everything you're doing fits Malcolm Baldrige criteria. So I met with some hospitals and said, well, they say everything you're doing fits. And so they ended up winning the Malcolm Baldrige Award. So almost 50% of the Malcolm Baldrige winners were people we work with. So then I said, we should probably do this. So of course in 2010, I think we're only the second consulting company and the first in healthcare to earn the Malcolm Baldrige Award. You just always want to be authentic.